Life is a series of investments. That's what I've always believed. Your investments determine your life. Every decision, every dollar placed. You could be here, watching the city from your terrace, or in a cramped apartment, staring out from a tiny window, wondering why life never seems to work out. Look at them all. The ones saving pennies, counting coins, working double shifts just to pay rent on those micro apartments. I know life's hard, but it's just not enough. Eventually you must swim in the deep end where the real money flows. Hong Kong doesn't promise anyone happiness, but what it does promise is opportunity. The fair opportunity for investment. So all you need is understanding investment and having patience. Okay, I get that, but for how long, you may ask? Some invest short term, buying designer clothes, fancy dinners, fleeting pleasures. Others think they're clever, investing in property or stocks. But the truly wise, we invest in things that compound over a lifetime, harvesting returns at the perfect moment. The wise know that patience is the most important trait for investment. I too have been practicing patience. Making an investment so long-term that most wouldn't dare to dream of it. And that's exactly what I did. Because I know that when you make the right investment, even the most dangerous moment can become profitable. It's like the investment I'm seeing the returns on right now. I was always afraid as a child. Afraid of swimming pools, afraid of heights, afraid of other children. My father called me a coward every chance he got. But fear has its advantages, especially in the high-risk world of the stock market. My perpetual anxiety made me cautious when others were reckless. While they chased quick profits, I evaluated every risk, day and night. My superiors admired the consistent returns my anxiety produced. I became the golden boy of the trading floor, the fearful man with the Midas touch. The company rewarded me with a dedicated analyst and an executive office. Yet despite all this success, the fear never left me. Every night I'd wander the streets of Hong Kong, drowning my anxieties in alcohol. There were parties, women, all the trappings wealth could buy. Yet nothing silenced my whispers of fear of my downfall. So I'd escape to these anonymous corners of the city, where at least my fear felt honest, where I could admit that no amount of money had cured the coward inside me. That's when I saw him, a young man effortlessly handling 3 thugs in an alley. He moved without fear, something I could never understand. I recognized his potential, and suddenly an idea crossed my mind. The most important investment of my life. I proposed a business arrangement. I kept talking, outlining a future for a vagabond whose name I didn't even know. Don't know why. I was too desperate, perhaps. But he just stared at me, saying nothing. Those empty eyes revealed nothing of his thoughts. I awkwardly placed my business card on the table and left, certain I'd never hear from him again. But 3 days later, he called. We began our partnership. I established a shadow company to channel clients his way, a service for people who wanted their problems to disappear. I handled all the business, orders, payments, logistics. I became their confidant, their broker of last resort. Also, I invested in his training, his equipment, his development. I even taught him how to shoot. Like any undervalued asset, he required constant refinement. After months of preparation and countless small errands to test his loyalty, our first real contract arrived. A corrupt banker with dangerous information. I worried endlessly. Maybe it was too soon, too risky. Even when I decided to hand him the file, I hesitated. He didn't. The business had officially begun. Unlike other agents who took 50%, I kept only 15. And of that 15, most went back into the operation. It's because I wasn't looking for profit. It was all part of the investment. 6 months in, he began developing his own methods. Poison techniques from a chemist in Macau, close combat in Philippines, and marksmanship from an old veteran in Taiwan. He was evolving beyond my guidance. By the 3rd year, his skill was remarkable. As our reputation grew, so did our fees. He moved from a shabby apartment in Kowloon to a secure and private house. A house with an aquarium and big ceiling fan. My investment was yielding returns beyond my calculations. Like any investment, there were good days, but the bad days were more frequent. The bad days, those tested our arrangement. There were missions where he returned bleeding, half-conscious, barely escaping with his life. I had to learn to extract bullets, stitch wounds, and administer antibiotics in safe houses across the city. During those long nights, each time I pulled him back from the edge, our fates intertwined more deeply. A strange trust was formed in silence, a bond between a coward and a killer. After years of setbacks and recovery, he evolved beyond the reach of the most skilled opponents. The wounds became fewer, the escapes cleaner. He had become untouchable, a ghost story told in Hong Kong's criminal underworld. In these last few years together, we rarely needed words. A glance, a gesture was enough. We were broken men who had found in each other exactly what they lacked. Courage for the coward, direction for the killer. So what did I gain from this lifelong investment? Simple. Eventually, I made sure every expensive contract to kill went directly to him, through me. Then why didn't he refuse? Because I had told him not to. But why, you may ask? Because what I feared most wasn't death itself. It was a sudden, unexplained downfall. Understanding has always been my shield against fear. I needed to know who wanted me dead and why. The not knowing, that was the true terror I couldn't bear. Jealousy, just for that? How stupid. Kill him in one go for old time's sake. As I said, life is a series of investments. The key is patience. And the longest investments Those yield the greatest returns.
Amidst the neon glow I roam the streets, searching for a past that feels complete. Memories linger like a haunting tune. Underneath the city I find my room. In the quiet of the night my heart will sigh. Echoes of your laughter drift and fly. Lost in fleeting moments I begin to dream. In the shadows deep where time stands still, whispers of your name give my heart a thrill. Underneath the stars the city's alive, yet in this crowded space it's you I can't find. Faded postcards, ink run dry. Moments of us shine like the lights in the sky. Longing for the days when love felt true, before the world grew cold and I lost you. Nights and braids can't heal these scars I hide. Though the city glows, my hopes subside.